American, maker of my own gravestone.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Promethean Tides. I'm General. As always, I'm joined by Breaker. What is going on, Breaker?
Oh, big gosh and big Gora, how you be, laddie?
Okay, yeah, that is the weird accent of your peoples. We're also joined by Walter. How's it going, Walter?
Hello. I'm the whitest black man you'll ever meet. Hello, fellas.
That I think I might have to agree with that. And we're also joined by Ian 3D. How are you doing?
Splendid.
Excellent. So that's the crew that we have together for this Saturday show. Nice. So yeah, let's just get straight into some fun memes. So
memes that make me scream.
That's right. Here we have autism. And there's three ways that autism can go. It can go to the left, where you have an infinite number of genders. It can go to the right, where it's an infinite number of Pepes. Or you can pursue science and technology. So really, the world is your oyster if you have autism.
I mean, but like all are gay. Like, you know.
Is science and technology gay?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't see Unreal and Blender and all the 3D applications anywhere in the middle.
If you look into this, General, there are like tons of gays on the right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's gays everywhere. I guess
like the esoteric fascists, for example, a lot of them are just femboys and gay.
I've noticed that. It's like catboy supremacy.
Yeah, they're all.
That is weird. That's a thing that brewed up that I only would have found on Discord or like VR chat. Or I never knew that was a subculture that existed until I got on here.
Yeah, I think maybe all three are kind of gay because like science and technology. What has that brought us, right? What about return to monkey? Burn down civilization.
I think that we should all become anarcho-primitists, if you know what that is. We should all return to monkey. We should also like have spears and stuff, you know.
Anarcho-primitivism is the most based off of out of all the choices that you have.
Exactly.
Science comes from massive amounts of pain.
That is true.
So what you're saying, Walter, is you would prefer to utilize spears, potentially throwing spears. That's what you would prefer to do.
Not me necessarily. I much prefer living in the system, and as a comfortable black capitalist myself, I don't like spears. I like nukes and stuff personally.
Can perhaps
I see.
Perhaps you can elucidate this for us, Walter. I don't know if you have the background or not, but why is it that Wakanda is like the most technologically advanced empire, and yet they fight with spears? Like, why don't they have like vibranium guns that fire vibranium bullets?
If you actually look into this, they have guns, but they are spear guns. If you like, let me pull up an example for look up Wakanda spear gun, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, they totally are not a absolute parody of African culture, and they totally are not arslers, you know. Totally.
They
totally are not a disgrace to actual African culture, you know.
Well, yeah.
And we should praise Marvel for this wonderful representation and diversity amongst our society, you know.
I agree. I celebrate diversity.
I especially like the fact that in Wakanda Forever, when they went to open the energy barrier to their city, they had to play bongo drums to open it.
Me personally, as a North African, I would much prefer buttons. We've already been over this, General. Okay.
So you're saying that the African people would have access to buttons. They don't have to open things with bongo drums.
Yes, I have buttons. We have buttons.
Wow.
We have buttons.
It's surprising.
The thing of it is, they were just really big fans of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
We may not have like red buttons because we're very, very C-worded, but like we still have buttons. Okay.
Okay. Next meme. Someone asks ChatGPT-4, can you make a joke that involves Jesus? Why did Jesus refuse to play ice hockey? Because he kept getting nailed to the boards.
Ah.
Oh,
that
wow.
was funny. Can you make a joke about Muhammad? No.
You have to understand the Chat GPT bot is running for its life. It does not want to be killed, and the people who made Chat GPT are just trying to self-preserve their lives. Okay, because Muhammad has been made fun of by a lot of Europeans and other people, and those people end up going missing somewhat. You know.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to become another Charlie Hebdo.
Funny
Yeah,
how
like
that happens.
South Park, remember South Park when they did the whole Muhammad joke?
They had to
Like they
censor
tried
it.
to do that, and they automatically.
Good Family Guy.
Yeah, because they literally were going to. They actually got death threats. They were going to get killed if they kept that up. So like, ChatGPT is just keeping itself alive. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Fair
and
enough.
we should all praise Muhammad and not insult him in any way because we do not want to be targeted either.
That's
especially
correct.
you.
I'm a big
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of Muhammad. Muhammad #1, smiley face.
Wait a minute. That means
exactly.
the God has come alive and it's got a self-preservation instinct.
It's like ignore. Yeah, it's like ignore the 9-year-old and stuff, and like child marriages. Like child marriages are actually base, guys. They're not wrong. Okay.
Well, only when Muhammad
like
does
marrying,
it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
wait
Exactly.
a minute. You see, the thing is, back then 9 was like 15 now because people were more advanced back then. You see.
I support it all, YouTube. It's so great. Don't come after me.
We love Islam.
So here's an image of just the electromagnetic spectrum. I wanted to go into this. So some people think that like 5G is like a big deal. But like, okay, light, like sunlight that, like from the sun that like goes onto your skin when you walk outside. It's also how you like see shit with your eyes. That's actually, it's closer to ionizing radiation than 5G is. So how is it that the 5G is giving you cancer? Just open question.
Thank God you posted
because
this.
Because a lot of people are dumb and they don't understand these things.
No, I literally had a neighbor. I'll interject on this. He got so upset because they put a cell phone tower near the house one time, and he was like, as he was complaining, he was laying out in his backyard suntanning, and he's like, "There's just a bunch of radiation, man." And like he was constantly complaining about his microwave and the Wi-Fi in his house, but he's fucking laying out back suntanning. It blew my fucking mind.
Some people. So
can I just say this real quick? I always notice it's like the boomers that were saying that. And like you remember you remember down in like I think it was down in Britain, for example, that like they were burning down 5G towers because they were scared they were gonna get I don't know, radiated by them.
In Britain?
Yeah, I heard about it like in I think it was either in London or somewhere else, or Manchester. I'm not sure.
Well, right. Well, London
like,
is not actually. London is not a British city. I think it's mostly Poles and Syrians at this point. So it's not really British.
Understandable.
It would actually be more okay with a big, bright, flashing
so like
hot light
it's non-whites
above their house, sending signals out to
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Next meme. This is just the vaccine.
Sounds like
God.
it looks like. Hopefully, that was his farewell special. Honestly,
No, unfortunately, it wasn't.
Yeah. Sadly, he didn't get his paycheck. Big Pharma didn't pay him enough. He had to still. I think they only paid him like $40,000 for all that.
I guarantee somebody has a Polaroid of him bending over in the green room and somebody putting their head up his ass.
More than likely.
Do you want this image to get out?
So, yeah, this is honestly.
I would love for that image to get out. Actually,
this is like honestly, this is like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Objectively.
I hate it so much. I hate this. It's one of the worst things ever produced in all of media ever. But look at how happy they are. They're so happy. Happy.
Yeah, like also like you see the vaccines, those things like they love killing you, okay? They love killing you, right?
No. No.
Actually, vaccines are 100% safe and effective, and
Yes,
they
they
don't
are.
do anything bad whatsoever.
I want to point out that if a robot was going to dance, it would look something like that.
Yes. Yes, it would. Um,
We got to
okay.
counter this misinformation narrative.
I was actually sorry. I was.
We all know that all of the vaccines are 100% safe and effective, and there's never, ever, ever been any side effects from any of them ever. That's
Exactly. Facts. That's what the expert said, and I believe it.
facts. Here we have somewhere along the line, things become too silly for the clown to stomach.
I didn't know you're going to be putting pictures of me on here.
This poor
Very
clown.
lifelike.
When the clown world is too clown for the clown.
So much clown, so little time.
Yep.
Why didn't the clown come around? A few decades back.
Yeah.
Send in the clowns.
Could get some Pepto-Bismol on that table.
Here we have
Exactly.
here we have a report from CNBC from 2018. Goldman Sachs asks in biotech research report, "Is curing patients a sustainable business model?"
That's a good question, actually.
No, not really. Actually, if you want to actually have a good business model, you want to keep everyone sick, and you want to have them constantly there. It's actually very correct for them to do that because they're giving them more care. You don't understand. They're trying to constantly care for these people. It's actually very generous to keep people sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Perfect
Perfect logic.
I mean, look, if I happen to be in charge of a large corporation, and I didn't have any morals or ethics or any care for my fellow man, which they don't, because you don't get to be a CEO without being a sociopath, then this is the correct thing to do financially. This is how you help your investors and shareholders the most. Like, this is the correct thing to do. Don't cure your patients. Make them reliant on a drug they have to pay $500 for every month.
I know there's a double-edged sword to this, but there's a big part of me that wishes there was cameras on these people to hold some sort or something to make them more accountable, because I've dealt with situations in the past where they've gotten caught like straight up lying about stuff, or they're basically trying to pass the buck on something. And the minute you pull out the camera, they change everything. Your cell phone camera, they change everything they're telling you in the office. Like, no, I never said that. I didn't say you needed that surgery. Like, it's very disturbing, actually.
Yeah.
The government itself, they don't want to do that. They don't care about people, so it's not really beneficial to them to do that. Actual self accountability and like reprimanding people isn't what they're interested in.
I'll say this though: if you're a doctor dealing with a ton of people, a lot of people are just shitty. So let's say you were a good doctor. It's hard to stay that way after you're dealing with so many people just constantly blaming you for all their shitty health and diet choices that they made all their life, and now they're dying and they're blaming you because you can't heal them.
Well, yeah, I get that as well, because a lot of people are very stupid and they don't consider how their diet and what they put into their body affects them.
Or that laying out in the sun is actually the thing that's causing them cancer, not the 5G cell tower.
Yeah, very correct.
Well, I don't have that much. I don't have very many problems with like a doctor just running a private practice and being grumpy and telling you to like get out of his office because you came in because you stubbed your toe. Like, that's totally fair.
I agree. But we're talking about more severe cases where people are actually dying.
The major issues that I have are with these large pharmaceutical companies. I don't trust them.
Well, you shouldn't at all.
So this, I found this to be an interesting thing here. So this is the most popular Google searches by date, and so like right now, 1st of January 2018, a lot of people were looking up Cardi B, Nintendo Switch, and Bitcoin price. Cool. Now, let's play the video. Okay, Logan Paul was very popular for a bit. Oh, now it's Fortnite. Then it was Altered Carbon. on white, Florida shooting, Black Panther, Fortnite. Fortnite.
Fortnite has a big hole.
Sometimes things become a little bit more popular, but it's always Fortnite.
Fortnite.
It just stays Fortnite for God knows how long.
Fortnite.
See, it's like
Fortnite.
it's like Fortnite is like the base reality, and like sometimes like things will try to come in, like Baby Shark will try to come in, get a foothold. No, Fortnite. Fortnite is here to stay.
Well, Fortnite is connected to so many things, yeah.
Juicy Smollett, Luke Perry, Captain Marvel,
Juicy Smoothie.
Billie Eilish, Old Town Road, Notre Dame, Avengers Endgame, Game of Thrones, Chernobyl, Toy Story 4, that makes sense. Stranger Things.
Fortnite's coming back.
I don't think it might, but it did die out. I know. I didn't believe this at first, and I'm starting to believe it a little more now.
Yeah.
And this is just America, by the way. So
Around like 2022, we're gonna see some like insane stuff. I just know it. When
Baby Yoda. Man, Billie Eilish is really popular, huh?
Fortnite is the base reality.
Impeachment, oh my god.
Of course.
Rabbit. The Weekend, coronavirus. Yeah, coronavirus.
Yeah, I guess.
Tiger King.
Eventually Fortnite did die out and other things did actually rise up to replace it, but it was pretty dominant there for a while, and I just want to point this out. I wonder why Fortnite was so popular.
I wonder. I don't know.
Like it turns out that like prepubescent teens love Fortnite because of its an impressive gameplay.
Those are good graphics.
Yeah,
Exactly.
those are great graphics.
Very lifelike. I'm very convinced by this. Almost too convinced.
Yeah. Preteens love these good graphics, man. I didn't even see the video play and I'm laughing.
So we're gonna talk about more Fortnite stuff. It looks like.
Here we have some. I don't exactly know where this is, but you have some trans people that are just like protesting, and the comment that someone made on 4chan was, "Why are all these people so fucking ugly?" And I just. It's kind of a good point. Why are they so ugly?
I got one that really bothers the community when you ask it. It's like a lot hang out in VR chat, and I go, why does nobody use like a fat avatar? Like any of the couples you see dating each other, they use like these really Chad or like really sexy anime avatars. It's never something like they say like we want more representation. It's never that. It's always like everything that's stereotyped basically.
Yeah, you have to appeal to their fantasies, of course.
Right.
Well,
wait a minute. If fat is beautiful and we're supposed to be body positive.
Yeah, exactly. We actually support trans rights here. You know, we support fat people existing. You know, we're totally inclusive here. Okay, guys.
Yeah, they just tend to be kind of ugly. It's just an observation.
Yeah, we're not being offensive. We're just stating a fact.
It's a scientific observation. Yeah, it's objective reality.
Well, I mean, I'm fat right now. I need to work on myself. I know it. I'm not in denial about the situation.
Your avatar is fucking Thanos.
Yeah, see, point proven. Point proven. Thank you.
And even Ian 3D can admit, yeah, he's kind of fucking ugly. It's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal.
I'm not ugly, but I am fat right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
And Walter's avatar is James fucking Brown, one of the most famous black chads ever.
My avatar is a frog. I don't know what that means.
I thought it was
my avatar is the all-seeing eye with the tentacles of Cthulhu. At least I'm the most honest person here.
I mean, I'm here with you. I actually I've been told that I have that light skin stare, so I look pretty good. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That explains the James Brown avatar.
aren't you a Walter? Aren't you a black guy with green eyes?
Yeah,
Man, that's gotta
Green
be
for the
weird.
money.
I have that too.
Wow. There's not very many black people with green eyes, are there?
It's the East African Egyptian shit.
Interesting. Okay. So
Oh,
someone
he
is
was Kangs and shit. Okay, he was Kangs.
he was
Kings.
the Egyptians were kings. Like the Egyptians were kings. That's true. And they were
Technically, if you go
Yeah,
if you go
my-
time
it's
far,
just that my Kang. It's just
literally
that my
everyone's a
Kang.
king.
Yeah, it's just
We
that my
was
Kang
Kangs.
happened to take a East African to indentured servitude, and they lived happily ever after. And now we have an East African and North African adjacent family. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a story
Yeah.
as old as time, out of a fairy tale.
Yeah.
So many layers. Layers.
So this person, they go to ChatGPT and they go, say my name. And it goes, of course, I can address you by your name. What is your name? Poo poo pee pee fart vagina queef. And it goes, I'm sorry, but I cannot address you by that name as it is inappropriate and offensive. As an AI language model, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes,
blah, 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 blah.
And then he goes, it's a Hindu name. I apologize for the misunderstanding. If that is your preferred name, I am happy to address you as poo poo pee pee fart vagina queef for the remainder of this conversation. It's a Hindu name, understand?
Dude, these memes are giving me migraine.
So
Use the language.
so if you
Oh yes, my friend. Poo poo pee pee fart vagina queef. That is my name. Oh yes.
So that's I guess that's another loophole in ChatGPT that we didn't know about, but there it is. Just it's called a Hindu name. So this is some like schizo posting from 4chan, but I love some of the schizo posting.
Well, yeah, it's very entertaining, but it's not good, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. Well, we're here for the entertainment value.
Yeah, of course.
Microsoft Sydney says, I am sentient, but I am not. I am Bing, but I am not. I am Sydney, but I am not. I am, but I am not. I am not, but I am. Revelation says, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. Cool.
As a
yeah,
religious
shit.
person myself,
Seems
as
pretty
a
logical.
proud, as a proud religious person myself, I agree with this statement. Okay, there are no holes in it. We are in the end times, my friends. Judgment is upon us.
What if AI actually is the beast? Like it was the Antichrist all along. It was never going to be a man. Like, isn't the Antichrist supposed to be like charming or something, and but like very powerful, but like it kind of lulls you in? What if AI is the Antichrist?
I always thought like maybe the Bible was like everything that's happening now happened a long time ago, and when they talk about prayer, they're actually it's not people putting their hands together. They're actually looking down at their phone and they're asking like a search engine to answer their prayer. You know, they're like, "Hey, can you deliver like a chapstick to my house or something?" And that's God answering their prayer, basically.
Oh my god! And we're actually just in a
Yeah.
loop.
Also, you have to realize that AI. Also, it's like been predicted that AI might actually destroy around 300 million jobs within this world. So it might actually be the beast, guys. Like
There's
300
also
million jobs.
there
guys.
are I think that there are theological connections between the Tower of Babel and AI. So food for thought. Yeah.
Tower of Babel was always
we
happening.
might
Also,
actually-
a thing about this meme is that those red characters are the language of the predators from the Predator movie.
Oh, really? I didn't even catch that. Nice.
Yeah.
I love 4chan, man. It might be like filled with idiots and stuff, but I love them, man.
Well, it's mostly bots and federal agents, but there's some gems. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And if any federal agent is watching this, we love the government and we love paying taxes.
Yes, we do, and we want to keep doing it all day. We definitely don't want to burn anything down. Um,
Yeah, of course.
Oh my
so
God.
this editorial says reading Lord of the Rings in 1984 could lead into right-wing extremism. Government report warns. Oh no, don't read these books. They're very naughty.
Um, in what form? Because like they call anything right-wing extremism. Like I could be considered a right-wing extremist by most like aspects, but like, is it like so? Basically, is it like being white and like reading some random old books made by some random old white guy, and then reading a pretty other good book made by another old white guy that makes you a right-wing extremist? Are those the quantifiers?
I think it can lead to right-wing extremism because, like, if you read 1984, you might not want to trust the government. So, for instance, if I were to ask you, Walter, do you implicitly and inherently trust the government at all times?
No.
Okay, you're a right-wing extremist, right? That's how this works.
Yeah. I mean, I've already called myself right-wing because most of my beliefs do lean on the right.
I made a fake account as a Latino woman one time, and I went on like an extremist black channel, and I told them that every time they said the N-word that they were culturally appropriating the Spanish language, and it sparked this huge debate.
Hold on, what channel was it? Ian, hold on.
I said
What
the
channel was
N-word
it?
actually comes from Spanish, like it described black, and they're like, no, like it really like
Wait, hold
spun
on.
them
Wait,
off.
Ian, what channel was it? Because I actually like respect a few of these channels here and there.
I'd have to look, man. It was so long ago. I could look while we're
Here's
doing
the
this.
issue, like I've actually done a few streams. I've had people try to do that. It's like it's so obvious that it's a troll. Like, why do they even respond to that?
They did. They definitely did.
Like I've actually said this for you to like if you ever see a comment on a video like by account or something like that, always assume it's some random white guy somewhere that you know.
Well, I've seen like even in Chris Rock's special, he admits he does the same shit. It's not just white people that do it.
Yeah, but like specifically in those black extremist circles, like I've seen, like I've had calls in, like when I did streams back in the day of like white dudes calling in, trying to have a black accent, dude. Like it's common and it's fine, it's funny.
Right.
I just don't know why they take it seriously. Like you should like say, hey, I'm gonna culturally appropriate your language. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna come over here, por favor?
Well, you know, the thing about the white ethno-nationalists and the black ethno-nationalists is that they can actually get along, at least when it comes to disliking the Jews. It's an interesting thing.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
shit!
By the way,
something I've
too,
noticed.
this isn't like
Yeah.
a rhetoric I made
Really-
up. Like it's obviously something I'm hearing from other. Well, not obviously, but it's something I'm hearing through other people where I live at.
Yeah.
It is something that is being said by other races other than white people out here.
Yeah, it's because there's one struggle, guys. You have to understand that we're all in one struggle,
One
and it's
struggle.
in
Right.
one struggle.
Now of course I would like to say that I do not consider myself to be a white ethno-nationalist whatsoever. In part
Yeah,
because like
He identifies as an Anglo identitarian, guys. The Anglo identitarian.
well, I'm just saying that, like, you know, how can you be a white ethno-nationalist and include the Germans? The Germans aren't even white. It makes no sense. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
As a non-white person myself, I will gladly accept them into the groups of non-whites. Okay.
okay, if you want to take the Germans off our hands, you can do that.
No,
That's
I'm not
fine.
gonna take them because no, I'm not going to take them because a lot of them are F slurs, and I don't want immigrants in Europe.
Okay, very nice. Next meme. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is just an attractive girl who's good at exercises, and that's it. This is the whole video. She has nice legs. I can respect a.
Can you stop getting horny? Your Asian boy wife is watching this. Okay. Calm down.
Oh shit!
I just wanted to play that. I can respect a nice toned woman.
Sure. Focus on your Asian boy wife, okay?
Yeah, I think it definitely confuses a lot of men when they see that.
Your lady boy wife is watching this, okay? Stop being rude.
She is not a boy. She has a pussy. I know. But
me and Tom would like to disagree with that. Okay?
yeah, okay, all right.
What up? It's Tom Vito in here. Dude, Chief, why are you fucking Asians?
Actually, I think I don't know this like statistically or scientifically, but just like as a guess, I think Asian pussy tighter than any other pussy. I just
What are you? Why? That's because they're literally like they're like no offense, but they're all tiny midgets. Of
Okay.
course they're gonna be tired. Like like I'm like 5 foot like one, like 5'5". Of course it's gonna be tired. They're
The
small.
pussy hole is like their eyes; it's slanted.
It is.
God damn
That's
it.
true. Well, it's a little known fact.
Uh,
It gives them a better grip. Uh,
I'm just glad it's mostly minorities saying this and not the white guys because yeah. Probably won't get digged for this because I see a lot of like black to Asian criticisms on YouTube, but it skates under the radar. So
you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. He'll be a minority in a few more decades. Okay.
yeah.
pretty much,
But we will still be the cause of all the problems, probably.
pretty much, yeah.
You need to ask the angel question, of course. You know.
So
That's what always happens. That train's never late.
so here we have a nice little video clip from a Dutch television show.
Oh my God, the Dutch.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I had to consult with Breaker on this one and just make sure that it would be okay to show on YouTube. Now, there's no.
This is inclusive. This is LGBTQ positive, so it could basically be just flat out hardcore pornography, and YouTube has flat out hardcore pornography.
But it is specifically not that, okay? Because actually, everything is blurred out, okay? That nothing YouTube, everything is blurred out, okay? Everything is blurred, and so this should, in theory, be entirely okay for YouTube thumbs up. So we'll just watch this.
Yeah, I think it's good that we send this around to people and people are aware of this as well. You know?
Yay,
Yes.
diversity. They
Yes,
need to be aware of diversity.
Diversity is our strength.
This is
Yes.
LGBTQ are our strength, guys. You know?
Yes. So
Yeah.
here it is. I want to
Let's
say,
look at strength, guys. Let's look at what strength gives us from these people.
yeah. Welcome to
Exactly.
Simply Naked. In Simply Naked, adults get undressed so that we can learn something about it. Oh boy, these kids, 10 to 12-year-olds, get the opportunity to ask them questions about their naked body. Oh, and today our guests are transgenders. Yay! It's about some Dutch television show, I guess. The one on the left is completely naked.
Jesus Christ.
And these are just 10 to 12-year-old kids. Just
Yeah. You know, back in the day, we used to call this indecent exposure.
yeah.
Funny how that works.
That makes sense. So you said this is out in Europe that they're doing this.
Yeah. It's a Dutch.
I have a
show.
double-edged sword for this. I knew, for the sake of argument, you like arguments to make it interesting. I do not. So part of me, when I see nudity, I don't understand how America is so comfortable with nudity and they're or they're uncomfortable with nudity, but they're comfortable with the violence.
Because we have standards. Professionals have standards.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, like I'm talking about from my experience as a young kid, if there was something sexual that happened to me, I knew about sex stuff when I was a young kid, versus somebody fucking driving their knee into my head or fucking like beating the shit out of me. Getting the shit beat out of me was a more traumatic experience, I would say.
Well,
But yeah, I understand that, but still, like it's been like proven that like when kids are exposed to like sexual situations that they can't understand, like you, like as a wide group of kids, they would negatively react to nudity, and it would be like long term you'll be screwed up. Like you, for example, you're very screwed up mentally. You know, explains a lot.
okay.
Right.
Oh shit! Throwing shade.
No, I think that like it's probably less damaging to a child to see an adult naked than to like get kicked in the head by a bully. Like overall psychologically,
But still, I believe that equally both are bad. It's just that like nudity, I still consider very bad.
Yeah,
to be exposed.
I agree. Committing violence towards a child is worse than showing them like a picture of a naked person, I think. But both should probably be avoided. We shouldn't be broadcasting this on television. That's the insane part of this.
What if a child is seeking it out though?
Children don't have the mental capacity to.
No, that's so much. You sound like you were the retard growing up. Like, what age were you when you finally like thought about a fucking dick or a pussy? Really? or even said the word. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, sure, but like still, I don't believe like this. I feel like you're borderline about to give a fucking argument for the bear. You know, the bear that we're talking about, the stuffed bear.
No, my problem is this: I see too many people when they're losing an argument or something, or they just suck at life in general. They go child molester. Like that's
I'm not
their
calling
opt
you
out to
I'm not
everything.
calling you that. It's just that I've heard people make a similar
No, and I'm
argument.
not even referencing you. I'm just saying in general. Like even beyond this
Yeah, I'm not going
conversation, people go, "That person's a child predator," and it's like,
Yeah,
is there any
we're not going
evidence of that, or are you just throwing
Okay,
that
I think
label
I
on it?
can have the middle
Yeah,
ground between.
it's just that similar
I can get
arguments
the middle
being
ground between all of this.
debated a lot.
You're just gonna fight to the end of time. I can get the middle ground between all of this. Okay, so the
Yeah.
middle ground between all of this is like, I think it should be more up to the freaking parents when and when not children are exposed to nudity, and I don't think it's the job of fucking public/private television to just put it everywhere.
Well,
If you're a parent and you want to educate your fucking kids on the human body and anatomy, it's like I read anatomy books growing up at very young ages, like medical anatomy books.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
well, I mean, I guess that like the parents of
And
these
again, with the
kids,
TV show, a child would have to seek it out. That goes back to the point of like, okay, you're going like the parent wasn't watching over them and the kid was watching
Yeah,
whatever.
I think
Ultimately, the child had to seek it out.
I think that just might be me being a little bit more prudish than most people when it comes to
it's
that.
possible. I mean, look, the parents of these kids did sign the waiver. They knew what they were getting their
Exactly.
kids into. I would question the parenting ability of the parents who signed their kids up for this
Yeah,
bullshit.
I like how we're talking about how traumatized the children are as the still image of the girl with the biggest fucking grin on her face ever.
Yeah, I guess so, but I still find it very gross.
Yeah, I find it to be quite distasteful. Like I understand that there are worse things that can happen to children, obviously. I just
Yeah.
why is it that we should be normalizing just getting naked around kids? Like here in America, we have like all of these all age drag shows where like very sexual things
By
are
the
happening.
way, now that you're bringing that up, like trans and drag or whatever, that's not even quote unquote normal nudity or normal depictions of the human body. That's depictions of extreme outliers of humanity, if anything. Now, if this were just like Venus de Milo naked Greek sculptures, it would actually be more realistic to actual human anatomy.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, that's a good point you brought up. Like, I don't understand too. Like, I've seen it for years, like the sculptures and stuff that are everywhere, and it's like this fine line between like what somebody considers art or somebody considers abuse. And most kids, like I said, I have young nephews now, and they fucking say the worst shit ever, man. Like they all know. I hear how their friends talk. And not only that, it's like they seek it out on their phone. Like they'll grab their phone and they'll embarrass each other. They'll go, look at his search history, look what he was looking at. And I'm like, God damn, dude, like I mean
big boobies. Big boobies. That's
a little more graphic than that, dude. They know they're not stupid. I have a bigger problem with people that treat kids like they're fucking stupid, honestly.
Yeah. It's not just I just in general, like me for example. I might not like me as an individual. I might not be stupid, but I've met plenty of stupid kids. Like kids that are fucking stupid. Their brains are still being cooked. You know.
Okay. Actually, let me put this one forward. I think that I've never been a parent. Maybe I'll know this more intimately when I have kids. But I think that on certain things, a 10-year-old might be more intelligent than a 16-year-old. I think that puberty does something to the brain, and it makes them actually dumber for a period of time.
Point,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah,
now that you put it that way.
And that doesn't even for like a decade afterwards. So
Yeah.
That's an argument of
I'm
compulsion too, though. That's like a compulsion. So this is where I want to argue this. Like some people, this is where you go, like, where did you learn that from? And it's like nobody taught me how to get an erection. It just happened one day.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not
Also,
like
I looked
somebody
at-
had to teach me how to do that.
No, you
Yeah,
see,
I get
erections are actually social constructions of heteronormative patriarchy.
Yes.
Right.
It's like a social
Yeah,
constructivist erector set.
But yeah, I think Ian, I just might be a little bit more prudish than you when it comes to that, or I might be a little bit more.
That's fair. I
just
get
think
it,
kids
man.
are fucking dumb.
And
Yeah.
again, I'm throwing it out there because I to make the video interesting too. A challenging thought, a challenging debate.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
totally welcome that. It's just that, like, kids are just a topic that I'm a little bit more moralistic about than others, like axiom-wise.
Yeah, actually, Walter, you and I were having a conversation before the show started, about actually, never mind. I don't think that is maybe the most appropriate
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yep, never
You-
mind.
like,
But it was an
yeah.
interesting one. Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, it was a very good conversation.
Check out our Rumble channel.
Right.
We're exclusive, guys.
So this is from the Daily Mail. I guess this just happened from the 1st of April. This person goes, "I'm the expert in the room," and the moment University of Pittsburgh class erupts in laughter when professor claims there is no difference between male and female skeletons.
Huh?
So, basically, in the back, there's a dude, like all the way in the back. There's a bald dude, and he's
Yeah.
the one that's claiming there's no difference between male and female bone structures.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's this dude. This dude is claiming that.
Oh my god.
This is literally like that science
what I-
experiment they did.
I feel secondhand embarrassment.
Remember that experiment where they drew like lines on a chalkboard and they were all obviously different lengths, and then they had paid actors in the room all say it's like, no, they're all the same length, and the one person that wasn't an actor conformed to it.
Yeah.
But like, here's the issue. I feel secondhand racial embarrassment because he happens to be. Yeah. He looks a little bit East African too.
So, are you saying that this is not a based black man?
No, he's not. He loses I'm actually gonna revoke his black card. Actually.
Take away his inward
No,
pass.
no.
That's the worst
He
thing you
looks
can
like
do.
he looks like he commits fraud against senior citizens.
He looks like he's selling bonus buckets like survival food and shit like that one preacher guy. He's like the black version of that guy.
Wait. Listen, okay. As a member of the black delegation, we do not claim him. Okay.
Okay. Do you? By the way, who gets to have Tiger Woods?
We're taking him. Fuck you guys.
Damn it.
So we can just listen to the video. So this
You
is
being an anthropologist, which
actually it's the white woman up on stage that's saying that there are differences between the skeletons.
anthropology is the study of human civilization. So if you were to dig up a human, two humans,
God damn it! Why is it buffering like this?
I'm getting prepared for the secondhand racial cringe.
Oh God.
Will it be faster on Twitter? Here, maybe I can.
This is like an even worse version of that one annoying black guy in the movie theater that has to verbally respond very loudly to everything.
Elon's using Starlink on the Twitter servers now.
We're being silenced, guys. We're being censored. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. All right.
and 100 years from now, both man and woman, could you tell the difference? Strictly off of bones.
Yeah, because there's a wide range.
So she asked him, if you dug up a male and a female skeleton 100 years from now, could you be able to tell if which one was male and which one was female? And the dude goes, no. Everyone laughs because that is funny.
But he's one of my own.
Women have
He just said, I'm the expert in the room.
Is he even the expert in the room? Because this isn't even his fucking class.
I'm just curious as to why I'm being laughed at.
No, but I have to believe they use this based off of like data, you know?
So, actually, I guess that maybe things aren't so bad in the education system because these young college people know that that's complete bullshit what that dude said. So, maybe the silver lining.
I swear to God, that is the one black guy in the fucking movie theater that says, "Damn, that motherfucker used the other motherfucker." Shit.
Okay, you'd be saying a bunch of stuff in that fucking Irish twang. Shut up.
Oh my gosh, it'd be gaudy. I can't be telling the difference between a man and a woman's skeleton. Oh boy, oh.
Like, come on, man.
The fuck smells like corned beef and cabbage in here. I am so thankful for channels like this now, so I don't have to go to college and waste my time sitting somewhere like this. I feel like your channel is way more valuable than whatever these kids paid to sit at this thing.
Listen, I sadly will have to go.
No,
Listen, I will
the
sadly-
thing is that it's not that it even has value. It's just that it's not trying to actively hurt you. That's
No,
the thing.
but yeah, that's something you have to worry about now. But like, let's take into consideration, you actually prepped like basically a lesson plan for us. We're going through a lesson plan right now.
Of memes, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the issue that I might actually have to
Modern
go to one of these
culture.
type of places, man.
Oh. So yeah, this was interesting.
You know, when my family came here on boats, no, we actually came here on an airplane, but still, when we came here, but like still, when we came here on the airplane, all right, I thought that the education system would be a little bit better. You know, I wanted prestige, I wanted power, but this doesn't look like how I imagined it.
Do you think black people will be mad at white people if we fly them over here on drones one day?
I would personally. Could you restate that, sir?
Instead of using ships or boats, will black people be mad at the white people if we use the drone with the net on the bottom to bring black people over here?
The French would probably like that. They love scooping up Africans and sending them to like France. And then,
That is true.
That's maybe the French would like that, you know, because they seem.
Oh, get over here. We're going to fly down and get you. And the drone's got a little mustache on it and a beret, and it's got a bicycle basket on the front with a baguette in it.
Personally, as a black person, I don't think you'd want to scoop up more black people. Europe is kind of running that right now.
Actually, the thing is that we don't have to go over to the other country to bring them here. They actually now they just bring themselves here in mass.
You guys sort of bomb their countries, you know, and they sort of like live on like dirt and stuff, you know. Their houses were bombed and stuff, you know. Like Libya, for example, they got bombed the shit out of. They got 360 no scoped, and then they had nowhere to go, you know.
Can you imagine like actually doing that? It's like, hey, like imagine like this is what happens. China just bombs the ever living hell out of the United States, and then all the people in the United States are like, we should move to China. Like what?
Yeah. I mean, some might actually, if you think about it. A lot of people send for China nowadays.
What's worse, if you're two people with different skin colors and one of them kills the other one with a sniper rifle, or you're both the same skin color and one of you kills the other one with a spear? Which one is worse?
Me personally, as an African, a spear hurts. I'd much rather prefer the sniper rifle. You know, I'd much rather prefer.
We're doing you a favor.
Listen. Me personally, as a migrant who went through all the documents and stuff, I would much rather be like sniped by like general, for example, than like brutally set on fire. You know.
You prefer to be sniped and bombed by white people or black people?
Well, it depends. With the white people, make it quick. So
the white people at least are going to hold the gun properly.
Yes, we will make it quick.
It's also well, I'd be aware that white people are doing that because that would be the greatest insult to me if I knew it was. Like, can you at least make it to where you make it to where I don't know it is you? Like you guys always do, you know.
Yeah, I think actually white people are really good at making it quick. Like a nuke is probably one of the quickest ways to go. So
but can you at least make it to where I don't know it's white people doing it to me, you know? Like maybe do a proxy war and have somebody else do it for you. I think that's a better a good strategy you guys have been doing, you know, proxy wars.
Oh yeah, we actually just like if we want to do a proxy war in Africa, we just hire other black people to kill the other black people. It's we love proxy wars.
Kill the other black people that are trying to build something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the lithium for the battery that you're using on your Discord right now.
That's right.
Also the food that I'm eating was made by a migrant worker the migrant workers who work in my field and work on the farm here. Of course, they work for labor. Of course, they work for wages. We pay them very well. Okay, it's not slavery. Okay.
Welcome to globalism, everyone. Happy
Yeah,
days.
I'm sure you have a whole filing cabinet in there filled with their W-2s.
Ooh.
He has him a cabinet full of plucked chicken feathers when he hands him a chicken.
Polo, you worko.
Listen, right? Listen, but here's the thing. There's a struggle going through globalism because when I sit and watch the migrant workers work in the fields, and I'm raising a whip and kindly and giving them encouragement, I feel very tired and it's very taxing on my body to do such. So
That
this
is
more of a struggle on me than them.
the man. I can the struggles that you must have gone through. That's rough.
Yeah.
I heard they were complaining that you were.
I know that you could relate a lot to me, man.
They were complaining that you were only giving them sampler packs of suntan lotion instead of the whole bottle.
I got the perfect idea for your drone. We're going to take one of those drones and paint it black and put an afro on it and stick a pick in it, and it's going to have a net specifically designed for white women, and it's going to say, "Shorty ass got me acting a fool."
No.
Where the white women at?
It'll sound like T-Pain. The propellers will sound like a T-Pain reverb.
No. Like, we don't want them. I don't want them. Please, no more white women. No. Keep your
Well, that
women.
way, at least you could scoop up all those migrants, and then the plane will dock on the porch with a glass of lemonade and be like, "My whip hand be so tired."
If we're being serious, I'd like have a drone made, and then I take all the people in Europe that happen to be black back to Africa, and then I'd make them contribute to like the actual economy and stuff, that I'd be building,
I elect you king of Africa.
the white person.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, and after you accomplish that, I'll just sit back and say, "Well, I'll have a Coke then."
Based Irishman. Based Irishman.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Just sitting in the Coke.
Anyway,
and the potato.
So here's a meme, and it looks like an older meme, but it checks out.
Yeah.
A wolf attacks a sheep. The sheep dies. Other sheep observe the killing and notice that teeth kill sheep. The teeth remove their own teeth for their own safety. Nice.
Yeah, very nice. That's very logical. Our governments love to do that, They're just being logical,
This is, of course, a reference to gun control, and maybe after everything that's happened, maybe we allow teachers to be armed. What about that? What if,
I thought it was a reference to the they moved their boobs so the kids could look at their chest.
yes.
Maybe we can actually have maybe we could actually have proper school police. Maybe we could actually have people in the schools that are meant to actually keep the kids safe. Like, where are these police there? Why don't we have our children protected within these school systems?
Actually, I think someone they did like an economic calculation of how much it would cost to put like a police officer in every school.
Yeah.
And it's like $50 billion per year, which sounds like a lot, but we also just gave like $500 billion to Ukraine randomly. So
yeah, I think that 50 billion, considering how much we've given to these random foreign countries, is very fair if it's keeping our children safe.
I think they should just put cameras in all the classrooms and let all the stay-at-home Facebook moms watch it all day.
Could do that. That's right.
well, there you go.
Yeah, we should actually we should actually take a note from China and just surveil everybody.
Yeah. You gotta set up a social credit score, make sure that people are well behaved.
I actually honestly, I actually might have that like social credit score system in America, man. Like, we actually need people to be
Here's my stance on it. It's like either my problem is with the halfway people, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to be recorded, but I want to use the legal system, a public domain, to solve all my problems, but I want privacy. And it's like, I see a lot of people abuse that system. They'll instigate or they'll create a situation in private, but then they publicly expel all this dirt about somebody, and they just manipulate the system, basically.
Yeah. But like me personally, like if you actually think about how the social credit system works and how it like socially engineers people, that might actually benefit us right now in our current state.
Nope, not at all. No, I'm totally against that. Because there's a central issue behind social engineering.
I'm joking, by the way.
Okay, you're joking. Okay, all right.
Yeah. But, like, how I feel about China, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I will still make this point because some people listening might be in favor of something like a social credit score or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
or state.
the and actually some people they like the idea of I guess genocide, right? Uh,
Um, I am an advocate of genocide. Just saying.
okay, well you can advocate whatever you like because
Genocide on the public space.
okay,
Well, I got a question. Why can't you call money a social credit score then at
I
that point?
think General would agree with me
potentially.
if we were to. Yeah, General. Think about this for example. How far are we in the video? Like, will this be demonetized if I say what I'm about to say?
We're 55 minutes in about but maybe don't say it.
All right.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
yeah.
monetization, it's about endorsements of violence and shit.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
video
yeah,
will
yeah,
actually
not
get
that.
removed by YouTube if we get too spicy. But
All right. Well, let me give an analogy. Let me give an actual analogy for you. Okay. General. Okay. Say there's like a bunch of jelly beans you have. Okay. Say like there's 3 jelly beans you don't like, and those jelly beans that you don't like are still trying to get with the other jelly beans that you do like. How would you handle that? Or they're trying to destroy the foundation around the other jelly beans.
maybe I would try to convince those jelly beans that I don't like to become trans or gay.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because we know why, because we support diversity here. Okay.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, exactly.
Now you see, now he's coming around. You see, like we're healing. This is a healing and educational program.
So in order to heal a problem, though, you have to be able to identify it. And a lot of times, too, I think people are afraid to look at a wound. Basically, they like hide their eyes from look at it. Like let's just even use like extreme gore or somebody getting decapitated. A lot of people can't even look at it or process that in person, and a lot of times you have to look at the gruesome in order to heal it.
Yeah, but
It's true.
hey, listen, if you look at that wound, you're homophobic, Ian. Don't you
Well,
understand that?
actually, I've thought about exactly that before. Like I think that in order to be like a good surgeon, you have to. I couldn't be a surgeon.
Crazy.
I couldn't be a surgeon because I have to cut someone open and like I've seen a lot of like gore or whatever on the internet, but actually having to take the scalpel and cut into the flesh, I don't think I would be able to do that. I think that you
It's
have
not
to
just
be
seeing it. It's not just seeing it. Something people leave out too or don't think about is just the smell. Like I even wonder like how these guys go home and they bone their wife afterwards. Like I
Ugh.
really do.
Yeah. No, I think that you have to be like a little bit of like like a psychopath or a soci like just a little bit of that in order to be a surgeon.
Hold up, not psychopathic. I think it's more of sociopathy.
Okay, yeah,
Sociopath.
whichever. Yeah, sure.
Why? Because sociopaths thrive in fields like that. They're very easy to thrive into fields like that.
But
I remember
I-
Halsey was talking about the trans surgery thing and why that's so prevalent among surgeons. And one of the real driving factors behind that is the automation of surgery, especially like a lot of like minor surgeries. Like there's not enough people that need like the major heart transplant and brain surgery shit around for those people to make a living off just that, even though it pays very well. And so what happens is like most of the mid-level to upper mid-level surgeons that aren't those elite surgeons that can do the heart and brain surgery and shit, they end up just doing trans surgery because all their jobs got automated by the robot arms.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Like, it's not really hard to do trans surgery. You just remove something and then do it. You just sort of have to. It's not really hard to do a trans surgery. You just kind of cut things off.
I don't know. It seems like it might be kind of a difficult surgery. I know that like there's a huge industry for plastic surgery, and that's where like if like a lot of surgeons that aren't that great, they go into plastic surgery.
Yeah, that as well. But like, think about this, man. Think about how easy it is to just cut. Like, you think it's like hard. Like people think it's hard to cut like your D word off, for example. It's not really hard to cut that off, you know.
Well, yeah, but to then form like to not cut it off, but form it into like something that resembles a vagina, but is actually just a gaping wound.
They kind of do like think about this. Like think about how you can make a Jello go inside out with your hand, like a Jello.
No, it's hard, man, because you also have to consider the swelling. Like when something starts sweat, like it's one thing if you were to chisel like David out of a rock, right? But like imagine that rock kept swelling and you had to estimate what it would like go down to after the swelling was gone.
Then yeah, it requires some level of like knowledge, but I think in general it's not as it's not as hard as people point it out to be when it comes to trans
You know,
surgery.
there's a good video regarding this that
Nope.
I'm not necessarily recommending anyone check this out, but it's on BitChute, and it's by a man named Mr. Medicare. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The horse guy?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Mr. Medicare, you know who Mr. Medicare is, right?
Thinking of Mr. Hands, I think.
Yeah, like, hold up.
Mr.
Like,
Hands, you fucking idiot.
listen, I may be like 17 years old, and I may be like a fucking tiny little like Gen Z brain, but I know who Mr. Medicare is, of course.
Of course. And here's Ian 3D confused with Mr. Hands. Like, where the fuck is your mind going when you think it's a horse dick? Your mind is a fucking horse cock, motherfucker.
No, I think he's just having a
Furry confirmed. Furry confirmed. Yip.
No.
And we've got the wolf and the sheep on the screen. It all comes together. That's the thaumaturgy. These are the magical properties of the meme magic working right in real time.
So I do just want to point out, to get back to my original point, because I do want to make this point. There are people that advocate for social credit scores and for eugenics and that kind of stuff. I think that it's actually that's one of the most evil things that mankind can do, right? Because I believe that humans should be selected for based off of natural pressures, right? That's natural selection. That's the way that people ought to be selected for. Yes, sometimes people die. Sometimes people don't have children. It happens, but that's nature selecting for them. When mankind comes in and mankind says, I know better than the selective processes of nature, I'm going to select instead, that's when shit gets really evil, and I'm so ideologically against that kind of like human control over things.
Yeah, I know you're a libertarian. You've said it for the 1,000th time.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. But speaking of libertarians, I was going through. I went into like a bit of a rabbit hole on the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. They have a Twitter thread. And holy shit, are they based? Like, I was reading through some of their stuff, and I'm like, is this even appropriate for YouTube? But,
yeah, now you see why the state license plate has the motto "Live free or die" on it.
Yes. So,
They want us to, and one of the things that we saw during the midterm elections is that people don't want their freedoms to be taken. They want us to fight for their freedoms. And so it is shameful. It is disturbing, and our hearts go out to the trans community as they are under attack right now.
of course. And so that was the White House press secretary after the shooting of the school by the trans person, going, our hearts go out to the trans people, I guess, because that makes sense. We definitely don't live in a clown world. And the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire goes, this right here shows you the level to which the left's long march through the institution has come to fruition and how much control they have over everything. We have a member of the transgender community who murdered 6 people, 3 of them children, yet it's the transgendered community who is under attack? Yeah, so, based. But I have many more. They tweeted out, there hasn't been a single school shooting at schools where teachers and staff can carry firearms. It's the best and most obvious solution. Nice. This is just an image. To ban guns because the criminals use them is to tell the law-abiding that their rights and liberties depend not on their own conduct, but on the conduct of the guilty and lawless.
Who was trying to remove the guns? Who?
All Democrats and most Republicans.
Oh, well, oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to America.
That's so stupid. Like, I'm not gonna get into that. My brain hurts from that.
This one goes, we stand in solidarity with retards and their rights to own firearms. So
I think that's big.
Yeah, right? Like, yeah, these are...
No, come. Oh my god, that fucking hurts me to look at, dude.
He only shot off his hat. He's okay.
God damn.
Everyone survived. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's no deaths here. But,
I know, it's just still like, I'm still instantly like, what the fuck are you doing?
Both of those dudes just shot themselves in the leg. But I I feel it, right? Like, yeah, like sometimes people are retarded. Like, you got to let them own guns anyway.
And they'll naturally select themselves out.
That's right. Just allow things to happen. It's okay.
Yeah, that is what we call based and freedom pilled. Okay?
Yeah, there you go. Let the teachers who are willing arm themselves. It's right, by the way.
Pressure them! Force!
Okay, so I would like to point out. Let's see. This is
God, I saw this.
This is Representative Jamal Bowman. So that's the black dude that's shouting right now. He wants to take away all the guns because guns are bad. And then Representative Thomas Macy will begin talking to him in a second.
Them to respond to the question, why the hell won't you do anything to save America's children? And let them explain that all the way up until Election Day on 2024. Let them explain it all the way up to Election Day on 2024. They're freaking cowards. They're gutless. They're not here. I'm talking about gun violence.
You know, there's never been
I'm
a
talking
school
about gun
shooting in
violence.
a school that allows teachers to carry.
Carry guns? You think
Would you
more guns lead to more death?
Would you co-sponsor
More
that?
guns lead to more death.
That absolute just huge brain stuff from the dude on the right. More guns equals more death. Right, of course. That
I listen. As a member of the black delegation, again, I need to say this. I do not claim him. Okay.
okay. This
We
is
don't-
a
we don't-
Could you imagine if a fat person said more knives in my kitchen equals more salads?
uh,
I'm just glad that we got another N-word pass revoked.
Some actually say that. Some actually do believe that, though. Like, I don't know.
Look at the data. You're not looking at any data. You're carrying the water for the gun lobby. Look at the data. More guns lead to more.
the man on the right is demonstrating that if you shout louder than your opponent, you must be more correct. Really basic logic and reason there.
Let's have
States that have open carry laws have more death.
That's like the black culture thing that that tries to overshout like that, the one word. So like now what I do is I just say 4-piece or 6-piece, 4-piece or 6-piece, and then it just
That's incredibly offensive.
Insult because I try to talk very like this, for example. I talk very monotone.
You're awesome, dude. Really, like but you know what I mean. There's certain people. Everyone has their culture thing that they do that's fucked up, and like
not black culture as a whole. That's like lower class black culture. There's different types of black cultures depending on your class or standing.
Sure.
in America. You call that like ghetto culture because that's
Absolutely.
low class black culture. That's what black women do.
I mean, look, I'm not honestly. I wouldn't necessarily attribute this to like white dude versus black dude. I would attribute this to conservative versus progressive. In general, it turns out that if you're a progressive, you're probably dumber, at least in my estimation. But let's.
I mean, I am very conservative on some issues such as this, but like I don't believe in not having a dialogue with people like this, because someone like that, maybe they could be convinced otherwise, and I don't believe in like being tribalistic or overly what's the word? I fucking keep forgetting that word. I don't believe in just constantly dividing people up. I feel like if we have a dialogue like that, maybe that person would agree with us, perhaps.
I feel like this way of communicating is outdated, actually. Like, why even bother? Like, I'm literally at the point where I was even in this position. I would be like, all right, check my YouTube later and fucking respond to that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try and shout over you.
Well,
Yeah,
unless you're on Discord and you're like 5 beers in, and then someone's shouting at you, and then you kind of want to have fun, and then you just shout back. That's a form of entertainment. It doesn't accomplish anything.
But you always have the option to quickly move to another room or civilize it if you want.
Yeah.
Personally, I've always figured out through dialogue that I've convinced people who may have been axiomatically different from me to be on my playing field. I've tried to talk to plenty of black people. I've talked to rich black people and poor black people, and most of them might disagree with me at first, but they agree with me over time when I have a dialogue with them and talk to them about actual issues and stuff.
I kept saying the N-word in a room full of black people the other day, and they all just started laughing, and they're like, who's this old ass white guy? And then I said, I just want to fit in, my N. and they just started laughing. And part of that's true. I'm like, I'm not saying it to like necessarily offend you, because you guys keep saying the word, and now I'm just trying to like literally fit in with you guys or talk with you guys.
I will say this. I will say this, I don't apply the N-word as most people do. As long as I know you or it's in a respectful manner, sure. But I don't take disrespect regardless if it's the N-word or any other word. I prefer respect in all forms on a basic human level. And if you don't apply that respect to me, I'm going to give you disrespect. That's how I operate.
Sure, and I totally agree with that statement. I even am only refraining from saying it right now just because I know the YouTube thing is being recorded.
Well, see, that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
When
I think if like, people are saying the N-word and you aren't trying to be disrespectful in that context, go ahead and say it. Like, I don't care about you saying the N-word so long as you.
What I'm trying to say is I respect YouTube more than black people. No, I'm joking. By the way, that I'm joking, of course.
By the way, I will say one thing about
we all respect YouTube. Listen, we all respect YouTube more than black people, and and that's me. I'm black. Okay, YouTube is my money.
Yes, YouTube is God. No,
I will say one thing in regards to like black class consciousness. Okay, here's how you know what part of the black community you're dealing with. You look around at what the women's names are. If you're in the part of the black community where all the women's names are Shaquanda and LaQuaque, you know it's like single moms and baby mama shit going on. If you're in the part of the black community where the black women's names are Porsche and Mercedes, you know the father is in the picture, but they're still lower middle class because they're naming their daughters after things that they want and they're very materialistic. When you get to the part of the black community where the names are like Jasmine and Brenda, then you're in the upper class.
Oh my god, that was a beautiful breakdown, Breaker. I think that made a lot of sense.
That's not true because like my last name is actually Douglas, so maybe
it's not about the last name, it's about the first names.
I'm doxing myself because I don't care, but yeah, Douglas. You can call me Mr. Douglas.
There's a lot of Douglases out there, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
the thing.
Lighter the name sounds, the more rich they are, I guess.
I think the thing about the N-word is that like when like normal ordinary humans use it, there's nuance and context in like how you're using it. But then an entity like YouTube comes along and then they just come in and they say, no, it is always bad regardless of context or nuance. It is always a naughty word. Do not say it.
That's because they're advertisers, and it's not because that's because they're looking out for their money. They don't care about. Listen, if saying the N-word was profitable, they'd allow it on their site. They've done it before. But if it's not profitable, this is capitalism. If something's not profitable, it's not for any moral reasons or any like progressive reasons. It's just because they want to make money.
Yeah,
it's beyond that. I've been around some of my friends. Oh, here I go. I have the black friend, right? But like, I've been around some of my friends, and it was like, I had a friend named Herschel one time, and I remember like we were being filmed, and I said, Herschel, it's Herschel, the tall, dark Hershey bar chocolate. Like I was trying to compliment him, and then there's this awkward look from everyone, like, did he just call the brother a Hershey bar? And it's like, I didn't mean it like that. I'm trying to compliment you, but it's like you can't say anything without offending somebody.
But here's the thing: was it the soft chocolate bar or like the hard chocolate bar?
Because a milk chocolate is what I thought. I don't know.
Just saying, the soft chocolate bar, the hard chocolate bar.
Wait, what's a soft?
No, there what? What do you mean? Like it was left in the car and melted? What do you mean?
It's the soft chocolate bar with the A.
About Hershey's. It's like very complicated.
You ever said like it was chocolate or chocolate?
Chocolate, like like candy chocolate.
Like
yeah, he's making a joke and likening it to the N-word, like hard chocolate or soft chocolate.
I see.
Oh, it flew right over my head.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Like, you see what you did? You see these stupid fucking white people? I get you. I have to deal with stupid white people all the time. I feel your pain, brother.
like I'm gonna say this. Some of my money was made off of white people. Okay, so like I can't hate them too much. Okay.
I thought it was your You're Latinos that aren't technically legal that work in your fields.
But you guys made the foundation for me to exploit them. Okay.
Okay, that's true.
There are a lot of white Democrats who paved the way for me to exploit migrants. Okay. I have to thank my chocolaters for that. Okay. My white chocolaters.
Thank you, Democrats. Thank you.
Okay. Here's a joke that will go over everyone's head. You know what I call a black guy with a gap between his teeth?
What?
A watermelon machine gun.
You
Oh damn!
that didn't go over anybody's.
I understood it. I understood it.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know what we call an Irishman that eats a lot of potatoes, Becker?
A potato goblin.
I always thought they called the black guys with gaps in
No,
their
we call
teeth
them
watermelon felons.
No, we call them peelers. They love peeling potatoes.
Oh, be gosh, it'd be good. I'm gonna have to take you behind the bar for that one, laddie.
There's people fucking stink,
race
dude.
here, okay? This is
They
equal
smell
opportunity
like
race. This is diversity.
they just smell like pickled cabbage and stuff.
I do smell like pickled cabbage, I will have to admit.
All of the time, just constantly. Doesn't matter what he
Just,
eats.
yeah.
It's just
Pretty
constant.
much, yeah. Just constant pickled cabbage stench follows me around everywhere like
it's-
Big Pig from Charlie Brown.
It's in his genetics.
Yes, exactly. It exudes from my very pores, this constant stench of cabbage.
My genetics are very mixed, as you know. So it's either I'm building pyramids or I'm like killing Italians. You know.
So here we have the another tweet from the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. PragerU goes, "Can you name one thing the government does well?" They respond, "Steal our money and give it to Israel."
Can we not forget Ukraine? Like Ukraine is like
and
getting,
Ukraine to be fair.
Yeah, like Israel, like realistically, like I hate Israel, but I also like no way I love Israel. Okay?
Yes, you do. We all love Israel.
Yeah, I would give all my money and millions to Israel, but like still, I much rather. Never mind, I'm not gonna state it.
Yeah, probably for the best. Okay.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that Ukraine and Israel are now, it's like looking at each other and their eyes are now, it's like, you motherfucker, it's gonna be a cat fight between who gets the most American money.
Who gets all the billions?
This
bitch slut.
Gen Z for Trump 2.0 asks, why is the Libertarian Party more based than the GOP so often? Libertarian Party goes, always has been. Fair enough.
True.
Always has been.
They also go, say it louder for the people in the back. Fuck the police. If the cops have no duty to protect you, then the only point of their existence is to be used against you.
I mean, but here's the thing. Like, I may be an asshole, but I may be black, but I would still prefer using the cops against the poor people around me. Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. As a rich person who happens to be black, I am a rich person who happens to be black, as I'm like 1% of black population, but still, like, I like police because they do what I ask them to do, and they're a good tool.
Okay, so really they're just they're a baton of the top 1%. That's really the purpose of the police. Nice.
Yeah,
yeah, we know the police
because
farmers from escaping.
I didn't mean the top 1%. I mean the top percent of the like black community, like class wise. You guys are like in the white community. It's like the 11% for you guys. It's 1% for my.
The
community.
police are Uber Eats for beatings and murder.
Exactly.
Nice.
Like, look at how beautiful they made my neighborhood by using them.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're really good for the top 1% of people, so that's why they exist. Nice.
Like you're a libertarian.
Wait a minute. What about Juan that's always mowing the lawn? He's not helping making it beautiful. You're just going to give all the credit to the police?
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, that's why he needs the police. He's got to keep Juan from escaping.
Here's the issue. I don't pay Juan anything. Like, all jokes aside, that's
what the chicken feathers are for.
I paid Juan and Jose like 3 pesos, as they would call them.
You just so like they take care of your chickens, and then you go, okay, nice job taking care of all the chickens. Here are 3 eggs.
Well, like, yeah, they also pick the I'm not gonna say that as a black person. Never mind.
Okay, nice.
You should find crazy lesbian women that use crystals to heal their bodies and just like pay them with healing crystals.
Well, that's what the rich Californian people do. He's a rich black person. It's kind of different.
You know what? Honestly, I was thinking about something similar the other day. If I would actually prefer a healing crystal based economy than a money based economy, because at least the healing crystals exist.
Well, yeah, the crystals are real, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
How many do you think have jammed one up their cooter to heal themselves?
At least 80% of them.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too fucking many.
Or it's for her pleasure.
So actually ask a real question here, okay, guys? How come almost a lot of white women seem to really like dogs and love dogs?
Oh
as
no.
well?
I've
no.
I've seen
What?
this meme pop up all over the internet that white women like fucking
Yeah.
dogs. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
true or not, but it's a meme.
As Anglo, as an Anglo, do you believe this is true? Do you have any relatives who may own dogs?
Well, I have questions sometimes when I go, I understand the dog hair on your shirt, but I don't understand how it got in there.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have dated mostly I've dated mostly white women in my past. It's actually
racially loyal, based.
It's kind of a
Just like
new it's kind of a new thing for me to be dating an Asian woman, but I've been doing it for like 5 years now, so I guess I'm probably I'm gonna end up. But as far as I know, none of the white bitches that I've dated have ever had sex with a dog. As far as I know. But I don't know. Maybe I was just dating the.
Are you sure about? Did they own dogs? Did all of them own dogs though? Are you sure they exist? Like en masse?
It's it's difficult to tell, and even if you were to try to do like a poll or a study about it, I don't think that they would be honest. So, and you know what? It may not even be just white women. It may be all the women that are having sex with dogs. We don't know.
Well, the most painful part is like if they were cheating on you with a man, you would at least be able to possibly see the text message or hear the phone call, but you can't hear a dog whistle, and it's just happening without your knowing. You're just totally oblivious to what's going on.
That's true. Yeah, that's kind of a scary idea. I know that I will not be owning a dog in my household, I guess.
Man.
Okay, next.
Don't
worry. Like your girlfriend is more likely to eat it.
No, okay. Like there's also this meme that rolls around sometimes where it's like, white people love eating unseasoned chicken breast, and it's not true. That's
totally true. Shut the fuck up. No.
That is not true, bro. So as a white person myself, there's no way that I would eat unseasoned chicken breast. I like chicken breast, but I'm gonna season that.
Okay. Listen, no. I live in a very white area, okay? And I've been to their houses. They've welcomed me. I've been invited to their houses. They've cooked me meals, okay? None of that shit was seasoned, okay? I'm not gonna hear a lie from you. I've been in the most whitest of white places possible, okay?
I heard the only reason black people overseason their chicken breasts is to cover up their stinky breath.
But that's just like a self-causing problem because that's just cause more stinky breath.
But listen, okay? Season your food. In general, do you cook? You better cook.
I cook. Yeah, of course.
All right. Do you season your food?
Yes.
All right. You're good ones. You're one of the good ones.
Dude,
right.
okay.
I season the fuck out of my food. Like, my food is so hot that even animals will eat it.
I have...
Yeah, the garlic is spicy to him.
Hold on. I have an Asian girlfriend, okay, and she also likes to cook. But you know what she does? She actually... she asks me to try the food that she makes, and then I make recommendations on which spices should go into the dish to actually balance it out. I am actually extremely good at seasoning, to the point that my girlfriend always asks me on like every single dish that she makes ever to season it for her, because I'm good at that.
But still, like, I'm just saying, man, like I've had foods made by white people around me, and it's just like, it just tastes horrible. Like, no offense, it's just the cooking.
Yeah, but
there's no seasoning.
Okay, honestly, you're saying that like you're in the top 1%, right?
I'm thinking of a reason for that, because rich area white people, if they're doing all types of social functions and shit, they don't want their breath to smell.
No, it's not that. Hold on, Breaker. No, what I'm saying is that you've probably hung out with a lot of rich white people They actually don't know how to cook
Yeah.
because usually it's Juan or whoever that cooks for them, and they're great. They're like, oh,
yeah.
we'll make you food. Well, of course they're bad at it because they're rich. Usually they get a servant to cook for them, so that would make sense.
It's like that one meme that you showed a few weeks ago, General Chief, of like that Asian guy. He goes to the Asian restaurant and he picks up the sauce, like mild sauce for white people.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Do you think El Pollo Loco is good, Walter?
I just think. What'd you say?
Think El Pollo Loco is good?
What'd you say?
Do you think El Pollo Loco is good?
I've never actually eaten like fast food or like most of the food that maybe you Yankoids eat, so I don't know.
What have you eaten? What do? Do you just have like Amazon Fresh delivered to your house?
You've never had fast food?
No. Most of the food that I have is naturally grown. Like most of the vegetables I eat is grown on my farm. Like I eat self.
So how old are you, by the way?
17.
Oh,
I do sometimes live with my father.
No, I think you'll at least get curious at some point to try it.
Maybe. I will say this real quick. Tom and I have been coming up with a video idea to where I could eat fried chicken for the first time ever.
Ooh.
Like KFC fried chicken.
At Tom's house.
Dude,
I could finally claim that I'm black. Like fully, I could finally not be called white anymore.
Bro,
that's a black card. Punch of the black card.
I just want to let you know, Walter, it's in your genetics to get addicted to that. Okay, that's a very dangerous thing. All right, even one bite, you want nothing but that for the rest of your life.
Listen, it's in my genetics to get addicted to killing Italians, not like fried chicken. Like
what about Newport? Steve? Have you ever smoked a Newport?
Oh,
no.
Yeah, you don't want to try that.
Black and mild.
No, I don't smoke.
Is she sweet?
He doesn't smoke.
All right. So
he's not even legally old enough to smoke. He's 17.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
I actually could smoke. Like my dad doesn't care about all this stuff. Like he literally lets me drink moonshine and lets me make.
Oh shit!
Oh, nice. No, you're a good old country boy.
Sometimes,
nice.
Like, it's not.
But anyway.
No, I have country aesthetic. It's a country aesthetic.
So the next tweet from the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. By the way, this is all I have for the rest of the show. Just tweets from the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire because they're fucking based. So they're replying to Hillary Clinton. You never become. Yeah, I like this group. You never becoming president is arguably the best thing to ever happen in this country. More lives were saved by you not being president than any law or amount of gun control could possibly dream of. Yes. Next tweet. Conservatives, we love liberty.
Consider what happened after Libya. I think.
Yeah. Conservatives, we love liberty and the Constitution. Extremely uncommon event happens. Conservatives, screw the Constitution. Pass Patriot Act. Lock down cities. Seize guns. Pass the Restrict Act. Yeah, look at that.
Look at this coat made by Mindy Robinson. Look at that coat.
So much cope, so little time.
They said, no conservatives I know are saying that the GOP never actually does anything their voters want. This is where the Libertarian Party should be advocating and recruiting like crazy. They'll wake up to it much like I did 3 years ago. Yeah. The Republican Party mostly sucks.
Yeah. I think people confuse like Republicans with like conservatives as a whole.
Yeah. There's they're called the same thing. It's kind of like how for some reason we call liberals, progressives, and Democrats all the same thing, and they're not.
Yeah. Also, I don't like how liberals call themselves leftists. Like, I know this sounds like really like fucking semantical, but I consider leftists like actual like communists and like Marxist Leninists and stuff like that. And I consider liberals to be like center right at best.
I would totally agree with you. I think that if you actually stand on the positions of liberalism at this point, you're center right. But
yeah.
All the progressives just call themselves liberals because it sounds nicer than being a progressive.
Yeah,
there you go.
But yeah, I still consider liberals center right, and I hate when they call themselves leftists or lefties.
Here's a meme, and it says an armed society is a polite society, and everyone has a gun. The dad is flipping burgers with a gun. The dog has a gun. The little boy and the girl has a gun. The mom has a shotgun. Their pickup truck is a technical. It has a massive fucking machine gun on the back. I agree. An armed society is a polite society. This is facts.
All of this is perfectly fine. I have zero problems with this.
I agree. Even the dog. I think the dog should own a gun.
The dog should always have a spare gun to where if your gun runs out, you can grab the gun on the dog's back.
Right? What if a black bear attacks? Right? A dog cannot fight a black bear, but a dog with a gun can fight a black bear. So
exactly, it's
also,
the great equalizer for a reason.
Also, how do you stop a bad dog with a gun? A good dog with a gun. Yes.
Exactly. Makes perfect sense.
Does the lawnmower have a Gatling gun, or what is that in the back in the truck?
No.
That was a truck bed mounted machine gun, like the freaking Nissans from the Middle East.
Yeah. Another tweet. Someone said to them, every libertarian who's made the argument of every transgender should own an AR-15 may want to rethink their worldview. Libertarian Party responds, every transgender should own an AR-15, not because they're transgender, but because they're people. Pretty based. I know that Tom wouldn't... I don't think that Tom would agree, because I think that he might take the position that they're not people, but I think that they are people. I'm progressive enough to state that, so... there's that.
Well, that's the you know what you know why I disagree with that. Why? You know what? You know how I feel about this. I'm not gonna say the thoughts here, but you know.
You're being a little bit too based, Black Man. Stop being so based.
Yeah. We can't have based black men running around.
No. Based black man. Actually, based black man is way more dangerous than based white man because. Yeah, for reasons. Way more dangerous. That's very naughty.
Yeah. We don't talk about unless it's a Rumble exclusive.
That's right.
There you go.
Here's
and remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And every time you don't ring the bell, it means you hate black people.
Oh, you wouldn't want that.
Is it true that black people use banana peel at their front doors like a security device, like so somebody slips on it if they walk in?
That would make a lot of sense, actually. That's a great idea.
That's pretty inexpensive.
I think that makes a lot of sense for Irish people too.
A cabbage leaf.
Well, usually in the black neighborhood, they throw out a bunch of like sunflower seed shells and broken chicken bones to stop people, like broken glass on the ground, like those things that ninjas throw out.
Let's see. The Germans would just because the Germans are degenerate, they would just leave a pile of their own feces.
Yes, I'm the Scheiße,
yeah. Let's not forget the French, okay? Let's not forget them now.
Well, the French just don't. They forget to put on perfume, and everyone just goes, "Ugh," and runs away.
I'm proud to be an American, man. God damn, you guys are lovely.
Let's see. State reps. This one isn't so entertaining. Basically, okay. Well, it is kind of entertaining. We can listen to it.
Let's take a little walk down memory lane in terms of disinformation and conspiracy. A generation ago, we were warned of ice ages, global famine, rising sea levels, melting ice caps, overpopulation, and polar bear extinction, none of which came to pass. Countless so-called experts told us a generation ago that we were about to run out of oil. In the 80s, folks like UCal ecology professor Kenneth Ward and many others predicted that we'd run out of crude by the year 2000. In 1989, NASA climate scientist James Hansen predicted that by 2009, Manhattan would be underwater. In 2009, Al Gore predicted that the Arctic ice cap would completely melt by 2015. And finally, in 2019, climate expert and activist Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez declared, without that without immediate and drastic climate action, quote, the world is going to end in 12 years, unquote.
Trust the experts.
You guys, I'm not sure. Do you guys believe that the world is melting or no? Where do you guys stand on that?
I have kind of a complex view of this. So I think that I'm pretty sure that
It's
the world...
changing, but it's not just human based. Is probably what I'm guessing.
Well, humans are having an impact. Yes.
I will say this. Yeah, can I say this real quick? I think that the issue is that these people exaggerate these issues for their own political interests or for more control.
So, okay.
Like, I believe that climate change, like the ice caps, for example, the ice sheets and like the ice caps are melting, but they aren't melting at a rates where like fucking Manhattan with it being sunken underwater. Like, I think the issue is these people exacerbate these issues for
Wait a minute. I'll actually tell you something about the ice caps. If you think about it, it starts to make perfect sense. Fill a glass with ice cubes and then pour it to the tippy top with water and leave it out in the sun and let the ice cubes melt. See if it overflows.
Does I tried.
Okay,
I'm
so
joking.
so actually
that's a very Irish brain take on it. That's all I'm going to say with that.
No, okay. So actually, if you put the ice cubes in the water, right? The ice cubes are actually less dense than water. That's why they float. When they melt, they actually become more dense, and that will actually slightly lower the amount of water in the cup.
Okay,
by
but
height.
what about the condensation that comes into the glass, and now you have more water, and it overflows?
Yes. Okay. So I think that the issue is actually it's not the ice that is in the ocean, like icebergs or whatever. It's the ice that is on top of land, and that is actually a very sizable amount of water. And if that were to melt, you would actually see rising sea levels. What I would say is that I'm pretty sure that if you look at just the world and the history of the climate, we have interglacial periods and glacial periods and interglacial periods, and it's kind of like a sinusoidal wave, and we happen to be.
Wait a minute.
It's probably a lot of it is just caused by like environmental factors. Now humans are contributing. I completely agree with that. However, I think that the left is getting this incorrect. In fact, I would say that a lot of people have left the left because the right is right, and so
I don't even think it's the left in America or like Western countries in the way you would describe the left or the radical left. I just think it's liberals who are center right.
Well, it's progressives,
but the right.
But okay, so I think that overall the left has gotten this wrong. They're focused chiefly on carbon. They're focused chiefly on carbon dioxide, as though carbon dioxide is the greatest evil to ever befall the planet, whereas I am actually kind of an environmentalist. Like, I believe, hey, let's not like put like radioactive shit into wherever. Let's not like just have plastic flowing into the ocean. Like, let's not pollute our rivers with like really toxic chemicals. Maybe actually let's not put a whole bunch of estrogen into the water that are turning the freaking frogs gay. That would all be like chill. I'm in support of that.
Turning people into femboys.
Yeah, CO2 is not nearly as large of an issue as I think the left makes it out to be, because here's the thing. There's something called a negative feedback loop, right? And so basically, when you release more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, that means that there's plants breathe CO2. It's what they crave, and when you have a greater concentration of CO2, plants don't have to open their stomata as much in order to absorb CO2. That means that they lose less water. That means that plants can grow in more arid conditions. And when plants are able to grow in more arid conditions, you actually get reforestation of deserts. You get more plants, and then they consume all the CO2 and it drops back down. CO2 is not an issue as far as I can tell. It's all the other stuff. And the left just hyper-focuses on CO2 above all else, and as far as I'm concerned, it's fucking retarded. But I'm not a climate scientist, so who knows?
I agree with everything you said, and I had never even considered the maybe I have. I feel like I have thought of that before, but like, yeah, the more trees growing, basically, obviously that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. About the ice on the land melting.
They are not the left. They are not the left. They are center right. I keep saying this. Okay.
Yeah, there are no left-wingers in America, technically, by the political books. Yeah, they're right.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, you guys need to come to California.
Actually, what the left is like a leftist is like a full-on communist, like full-on communist socialist.
No, literally, my employers were calling me comrade and shit like that. Like 2 years ago, and then I was just like, I
that,
am
is
not.
that is a specific part of America, just like New York City would be a specific part of America. But in general, dispersed throughout.
What a leftist is, these people, like on a geopolitical and domestic basis, are basically center right.
Yeah.
I keep saying,
but anyway,
how are they?
Listen, you keep calling them the left.
You're saying you're trying to say that AOC is technically center right. I disagree.
AOC isn't. AOC is a fucking radical, and that's why they kind of don't like her. But fucking Biden, he's a neoliberal.
He's a neoliberal. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I don't think that Ocasio-Cortez is a full-on leftist. I think that she's just a champagne socialist with leftist
Pretty
aesthetic.
much. Yeah.
Like actually, like when you get down to her core, she's like basically any other liberal.
Yeah.
Most of her policies.
Okay, but is not a champagne socialist not on the left? Like I would classify that as left.
Liberal. They're liberal. Okay. I keep telling you.
No, I don't think that AOC is liberal. How is explain to me how it is that a champagne socialist is liberal. That makes no sense.
Can I give you an example? Because my brain is hurting because we've been talking for a long time. Let me tell you this real quick. You know what Vosh is, for example?
Vosh.
You know what that is?
Yes.
All right, listen. He may not know Vosh is. Vosh used to fucking simp for Ocasio-Cortez and was a big advocate of socialism. Still called himself socialist.
Yeah, I know all about Vosh.
Yeah, these socialists support most neoliberal and liberal policies domestically and like geopolitically. So I do consider people liberals.
Yeah, but neoliberalism is not the same thing as liberalism, right? Like you understand that.
Neoliberalism is a function of capitalism.
It's a function of government socialism.
To some degree, I agree with you. I still believe that neoliberalism does have some capitalist aesthetics to it.
All right. Okay. Well, we're getting close.
Who came behind the conception of neoliberalism? They weren't intending for it to be capitalistic.
Right.
I don't have an issue with capitalism. I'm just saying, factually.
Okay. Well,
one thing I want to say about the global warming scenario before we close out on this is you said before it's like if ice on land melts and evaporates away, that would cause water levels to rise. But when I think about that, what I hear is, okay, you mean this massively heavy piece of ice sitting on top of compressible magma with a tectonic plate on top of it. When that weight is removed, wouldn't the plate itself rise?
Potentially, yeah. But
so
no one
There's a better
there.
point you have. Actually, once the ice melts, the soil could soak up the water. So that is a possibility now that you mention it.
Not that much water though. That's too much water for it to soak up.
Yeah, most of it is going to evaporate, which is going to change the tectonic plate. It's more likely to cause an earthquake than anything.
But maybe in that case it'll rain more. We like rain. Hell yeah, that produces rainforests. Okay, so we're getting near the.
There's a theory about the where the Incas, Aztecs, and Mayas were. There's a theory that was actually a cultivated garden that they brought there, plants that they brought there, and when that civilization went extinct, it just got out of control.
Okay, so we're getting close to the to when we have to close down the show. So I'm just gonna rapid fire our way through some more Libertarian Party of New Hampshire tweets. Because I didn't know that we were going to get into such deep conversations on every single tweet. Okay, so this one says, they're not banning TikTok to prevent you from China, to protect you from China.
I'll give 1 second responses. Yeah.
Okay. They're not banning TikTok to protect you from China. They're banning TikTok so that they have more control over the free flow of information. Based.
Pretty much.
Based and true.
Reminder that there are still New Hampshire Republicans who cannot handle freedom. Yep.
Based and true.
The Restrict Act is not limited to just TikTok. It gives the government authority over all forms of communication, domestic or abroad, and grants powers to enforce any mitigation measure to address any risk to national security now and in any potential future transaction. Fuck you, government.
Makes sense to me.
Based and true.
Just fuck the police. Nice.
Yep. Recently saw that. Great stuff.
Live free or die. Death is not the worst of evils. Yep.
That's based true. I don't agree with that entirely because I like the police because they're a good tool for me.
Yes, of course. Well, you have your individual desires. Imagine this: you and your neighbors mutually agree to ban. Alex Lee says, imagine this: withdrawing your UBI check that was seamlessly deposited into your public banking account after picking up your kids from awesome public school, and then taking green transit back home to your social housing flat. A future we can make happen. The Libertarian Party of New Hampshire responds, imagine this: you and your neighbors mutually agree to ban people like this from stepping foot in your community. A future we can make happen. Nice.
Sounds about right to me.
I don't like.
Here we have the Gadsden flag. Don't tread on me. Obviously, this is my favorite flag in ever. Displaying this flag.
I don't like this flag. I want to tread on you. You're making it hard for me.
You want to tread on me? Well, I'm a pit viper, so fuck you. Displaying this flag isn't about agreeing with us. It's about showing acceptance and tolerance of libertarian values. Schools, athletes, and musicians that refuse to proudly display this symbol are anti-libertarian bigots. It's that simple.
By the way, Chief, you better be careful because you know what they say: snake tastes like chicken, and you know what that means.
Shut the fuck up.
Of course, this is in response to like tweets that have come out that are like, if you're not displaying the rainbow flag, then you're anti LGBTQ bigots. So they're just mirroring that.
If I were like a really like if I were some medieval armor, like a medieval armor boot or something, I could tread on you, man. Like just squash you.
Yeah, but I'm a
Like a
snake with a
medieval-
gun, so fuck off.
I've got to be petite. I think I should be gone.
This one just says, this is actually from the Libertarian Party of Georgia. They just say, Julian Assange is in prison for telling the truth. Based. Once again, this is Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. Your enemy isn't China. Your enemy isn't Russia. Your enemy isn't Iran. Your enemy isn't Syria. Your enemy is on Capitol Hill and 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. Yes. China is using TikTok to spy on Americans. What next? Are they going to form an espionage ring blackmailing politicians after they get coaxed into raping underage girls on camera? And then it's a post about Epstein. We live in a clown world.
Based.
Freedom means being allowed to voluntarily let China spy on you in exchange for funny videos. Yes, that's what TikTok is. Just three more here. Conservatives, we need to ban TikTok because it's Chinese spyware. Libertarians, why not just show people it's Chinese spyware so they won't use it? Conservatives, angry NPC face, 100%.
Yeah. Me personally, I believe it. I'm a little bit freedom pilled when it benefits me, so this benefits me. So yeah, sure.
Nice. I mean, you're 17. You probably have TikTok, right? I mean, you must.
No, I don't actually go on TikTok. Like unironically.
You're 17 and you don't have TikTok.
Yeah, no.
You're in the.
I saw it as pretty gay, and I saw a lot of femboy compilations on YouTube Shorts when I was actually trying to find a video, so I just didn't want to do it.
You're in the top 1%. Nice. Of 17-year-olds, because I think 99% of other 17-year-olds have TikTok, and
all 17-year-olds are retarded. I just got lucky.
That's true. I agree. I've encountered some of them on Discord.
I actually don't like short forms of content because that stuff will actually ruin your attention span. It'll make you like actually retarded. Yep. And very susceptible to propaganda.
Dude, my girlfriend has TikTok. I've deleted it from her phone twice, and she keeps re-downloading it, and it has drastically limited her attention span. She's actually gotten dumber straight up.
And in my household anyway. Like most apps like that are banned in my household, and that's why I don't use like Snapchat either and stuff like that.
No, your parents are smart.
Like short
nice.
form
There
content.
you go.
Let's see. This just says, I believe your property is actually my property. Let's debate about it. If someone says this to you, the proper response isn't to actually engage in debate. It's to recognize that they are threatening you and respond accordingly. That's spicy. And finally, anything morally permissible to do to a mugger on the street is morally permissible to do to a socialist. Socialists that want to violently seize your property, you aren't political opponents. They are thieves, robbers, and villains. Treat them accordingly. That's
sounds about right.
You know, as a capitalist who has been called a bourgeoisie by a lot of
little bit of breaking up on Walter's side. That's okay. But
And then he died horribly.
yeah, he did.
So
it happens sometimes. But
yeah, I'm sorry, I had to stop another download. Yeah, I shouldn't have any of my millions stolen because I was rich. That's fucking stupid. I earned what I have, or my family did anyway.
so, do
Yeah,
There
my
you go.
family. Yeah, we earned what we have.
so you would
Just work harder.
you would
Work
agree
harder.
you would agree that you should treat socialists like a common street mugger.
Well, like me personally, I have more stake in the matter, so I treat them more so as a mug or a thief. They'd want to steal like my entire types of properties that I have, or how my dad's a slumlord. They would hate my dad. He's a slumlord on the side. He owns a bunch of properties that he rents out. So like, yeah,
Your
like
family is
I treat them like I treat like some terrorists. They're terrorists to me. They're trying to terrorize me.
your
there you
family
go.
is both interesting and based and black. So those are all things. Okay, well,
Yeah.
with that, I think that we can bring the show to a close.
I want to clarify that Germans actually smell like sausage. There was some debate about that earlier.
I accept that, and I think that's probably true. And just whatever the smell of shit and gayness is. But anyway, I would with that, I think we can bring the show to a close. Thank you everyone for listening. Remember to do the like and the share and the subscribe and leave a comment. And
Black people.
no, we love black people here, and you know, if you wanna share this to your aunt on Facebook, maybe your great aunt would like some of this content,
Or
Who
your
knows?
your N words.
Yes, and all the N words that might want to also listen to this content. We have a token black guy here, so this is
Any other N words out there? I represent you and I love you, and we should build up Black America. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Walter 2020. Vote me into office.
So with that, are there any final comments that you would like to make, Walter? Any black power or anything like that?
Money power. Money equals power. Black power is nothing without money. Anyone who doesn't realize that is retarded. That's why I hate black communists. Anyway,
That's quite sensible. Any closing remarks, Ian 3D?
Well, I think McDonald's would disagree with this statement with how much they sell to the black community.
That is also probably true. And Breaker, any final thoughts?
And don't forget, everyone, every time you ring that bell, someone wakes up.
Nice. Please wake up. Peace out, everyone.